That's India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, inspecting the crash site today after one of the country's worst aviation disasters. His government is directing Air India to carry out safety inspections on the model of plane, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It crashed just moments after takeoff yesterday. Meanwhile, investigators have recovered one of the so-called black boxes, which includes flight data and cockpit voice recorders. 241 people on the plane were killed when the plane went down, as well as multiple people on the ground. And in the aftermath of the tragedy, an amazing and astonishing sight, a man walking away from the wreckage. It has been confirmed there was one survivor, a British national of Indian origin. Let's bring in our Hilary Johnstone for more on this. Okay, so Hilary, when we heard this story, it seemed too good to be true, really a miracle. What do we know so far?
It seems so unlikely, but what we know from the survivor himself, Arthi, is that when he opened his eyes, he couldn't believe that he was alive, that he had somehow come through all of this. You're looking at some video right now that went around social media all day, seeming to show him walking away from that crash site. He says that people did come to help him, got him into an ambulance, took him to hospital, and he describes here from his hospital bed, speaking to Indian media, about those moments before the crash. Let's listen to that.
टेक ऑफ के बाद 1 मिनट के अंदर ही जब टेक ऑफ हुआ ना तो सडनली 5-10 सेकंड कैसे लगा जैसे स्ट्रक हो गया वो. बाद में से मेरे को लगा कि कुछ हुआ. बाद में प्लेन में लाइट ऑन हो गई, ग्रीन और वाइट. बाद में वो पता नहीं वो प्लेन टेक ऑफ ज्यादा करने के लिए वो रेस तो बोलते हैं क्या, रेस दिया होगा ऐसा कुछ, और सीधा स्पीड में ही घुस गया जहाँ वो क्या था वो.
This story, of course, has gripped the world. How could someone have possibly survived? And you see there the Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, visiting the survivor in hospital. Of course, this is the Prime Minister's home state in India. We've heard a little bit from the doctor who treated this survivor, talking about this and saying that it would seem he will make a full recovery.
This gentleman was lucky to be walking back out of the dangerous area. He is well under management and not very critical. He has some blood in the images, but he's not very badly injured. He is very comfortable and under strict observation, no issues.
No issues, which does seem astonishing when you think about the fact that, of course, we know 241 other people on that flight, Arthi, did not survive.
Everyone on the flight except for this one gentleman. You know, you asked that question, how did this happen? How did he survive?
Well, what he says is that where he was sitting on that flight maybe made all of the difference. And we do have something here that we can show you that shows exactly where he was. He was sitting in seat 11A. You can see it there on the bottom of your screen. It's circled. It's right by the emergency exit. And according to this survivor, he says that when he did open his eyes after it crashed into the ground floor of that medical school hostel, that somehow that emergency exit, the door had come open and he saw a space where he could get out. He went for it, he jumped. But that, of course, is a question. How could he have survived? That some of his own family are also asking in the UK. So here's a little bit of what we've heard from this survivor's cousin.
No, we can't believe. So when this crash happened, he just called his dad 1 minute ago and said, our plane has been crashed, but he said, I don't know how I'd get out of the plane. And I'm just waiting for my older brother, Jacob Ramesh. And they took him after the hospital.
Now, on the other side of the plane, the survivor says, of course, no one could have gotten out because there was a wall there from where the plane had landed. So yes, there was this space on his side where he could get out, but he said that based on what he saw, no one would have been able to get out on the other side. His own brother was also on that flight, sitting in a different row. Of course, sadly, we know, Arthi, that the brother did not survive, along with the 241 others on that flight.
Such a tragic story, but also really miraculous to hear this. Thanks for this,
Miraculous, for sure. And he does have a wife and young son he can return home to.
Okay, thank you for this. That is the CBC's Hilary Johnstone reporting.